Alright, I'm about to do an honest review on the Roal Leon dual motor e-bike. So I'm going to tell you what I like about it first, and then I'm going to tell you what I dislike, and then I'm going to compare it to all the other bikes, and then I'm going to tell you why I bought this bike in the first place. Alright, so first, the speed is around 32 to 35 miles per hour. The range is really good. I took it out for 2 long rides. The first ride was 28 miles. I only took away 1 bar. I was riding between level 1 and 2 for about 15 miles, and the rest was all throttle from 3 to 5. Pedal assist. Let's see. It's the smoothest bike I've ever ridden. I'll let you know that right now. So when you're riding it, it feels really smooth, and unlike most bikes that are heavy like this, it's really hard to turn. Like sharp corners, this bike can just cut. So I love that. The tires are really knobby, so if you ride off-road, it really grips and pulls you through. And let's see, I love the storage right here. I usually just go to the store. And I got the longer seat with the pegs because I like the ability to carry a passenger. And the suspension feels great. Like I said, smoothest bike I ever ridden. I had no issues with anything about this bike. Now the things I disliked was these mirrors. So if you're gonna buy the mirrors, I would recommend buying these ones that come out here, the end caps, because this mirror is fine, but this mirror on this side, no matter how we turned it, we couldn't get it to like be in the right spot. And I had a minor issue right here where the error sensors wasn't showing, so the bike wouldn't start. So how I fixed it, I unplugged it, let it restart, plugged it back in. It was able to work after a while. And then tech support helped me all the way through. They were very quick, very efficient. So any issues I did have, they helped right away. So those are the only 2 things I don't like about the bike. So I'm going to compare it to my other bikes that I've had. Grab this little clipboard. Alright, so the first bike I ever got was the Ejo Epic Light. It was $1,300. It was a lemon. The range was between 10 and 20 miles. It had a lot of battery issues because it was foldable, so when you like fold it and fold it back up, it wouldn't connect to electricity. And then everything about that bike just broke down. Customer service was terrible. They told me they cannot honor their policy for the bike being broken because they were a small company. So yeah, I wouldn't buy it from them. I then got an Equalizer fat bike. I rode that one for about 5+ years if I had any issues. And the issue it had was that right here where the sensor is, like the little thing that connects to the battery, stopped working because over time it rained and rusted. And the top speed for that one was about 21.5 miles per hour. Cost me $4,000. This bike is significantly cheaper and significantly better in every way. Next thing was add motor. Bought it for $1,600. The range was between 10 and 20. Within a year, the display broke, and they replaced it, and then it broke again. And then when I called them up, they sent it to the wrong spot, and then they didn't refund my money, and the customer service just completely cut me off. So they just stopped responding altogether. And then I got a Monday motorbike, $5,500. This bike has way better range than the claim that the Monday Motor did. And the Monday motorbike is kind of like this one, except it's more like a moped than this one is. But it had a whole bunch of issues wrong with it and cheap components. None of these components on this bike is cheap. If it is, it doesn't feel cheap. Everything feels very high quality. And that's what I love about this bike. Let's see. So on the Monday motorbike, these came broken. As you see, these aren't broken on this one, and they're much more solid and more effective than on that bike. It had defective pegs, so it had plastic cheap pegs that you click in, it comes out, but if you put your foot on it, it would go back in. So if I had a passenger, they couldn't even use the pegs. This one, good quality pegs. The kickstand was broken, so I had a little PTSD, jokingly, about the kickstand, because I had it on my Monday motorbike, it would randomly fall over, and it would fall over and bend the bars. This one, I leave it on hills where it's like, looks like it's gonna fall, never fell. So that's a big plus for me, because kickstands on e-bikes are terrible. This one, and this being a heavier bike, works perfect. Oh, and then the alarm system stopped working on the other one. False range, so they claim to have, I believe it was like 100 miles, 50 to 100. Realistically, you can do about 50 going aggressive on the other bike, but as soon as you use that first bar, the range dropped dramatically, and how they did that is they made it so the system couldn't go past a certain amount. So if you're just doing it like legally, like the 20 miles per hour, you're really going 16 because the speedometer was off by 2. So for the rest of those 4 bars where you're supposed to get your range, you're only going 60 miles per hour, which was a terrible feeling because that's not what I paid for. And also bad customer service. The alarm system broke down. They tried to make us pay for it, but it's like, you guys knew it was faulty. People complained about all these components and you guys didn't help out at all, right? And then after that, I got a more e-bike from Indigo, which was about $3,500, which was my favorite bike until I got this bike. Like I said, this bike is by far better than any bike I've ever ridden. And just every aspect about this bike is better. The only thing that's not better about this bike, opposed to like the Monday, was when it has a 45 miles per hour, it held 45. So when I bought this bike, I assumed it would hold 40 miles per hour, which it doesn't. That's one negative about this bike. So you're not gonna be able to like ride it with traffic, depending on where you live at. But if you're just riding like the bike trails or going like on the sidewalk or short rides, it's perfect for that. And then let's see. The problem with the Monday e-bike, it was a mid-drive, which before I would only recommend mid-drives. Because with a mid-drive, when you pedal, you can actually like feel it working, so you get a really good exercise. But this bike has such a good torque sensor that when I pedal level 1, it feels like I'm riding a magnetic bike, so I'm getting a good calorie burn. Level 2, same thing, and then level 3 is perfect because I can burn out my legs pedaling as fast as I can, and it feels really natural. So for me, 3 is the sweet spot. For other people, I believe 2 might be the sweet spot, maybe 4. Depends how aggressive you ride. When I go 3, I'm riding aggressive, going about 20 miles per hour. I normally keep to a 1 motor at a time, and then I use the 2 motors when I want to have fun. So if I'm on the bike trail, 1 motor. If I'm just driving from here to the store and I want that nice acceleration push, I do 2 motors. And then the problem with the more e-bike as well is that it has steering column, so it was really strong on one side. This is the way it came. It blew a fuse, and when I was pedaling, because I like to kill it, one of the pedals fell off. So, you know, one of the negatives of other bikes is that the components aren't very good, so they just break. Like the specs look good, but then when you get the bike, over a very short time, you start having small issues. This bike, not a problem. Everything about it is good. The shocks is good, wheels good, brakes good, acceleration's good. But I will say that if you have we have 2 batteries here, right? They're big batteries, 52V, 20 amps. Make sure you press the power button on this one because it makes a big difference in power deliverance, at least what I've noticed. And before I got the bike, I didn't realize you had to press this blue button in to turn on this battery. So I rode it without that for like 2 days, and then I was trying to figure out why I wasn't getting the power that they claimed. And then I did that, and then it fixed all my issues. Alright, and then we're going to go to Juiced e-bike. So Juiced e-bike is a big company. Most people that ride e-bikes know about this company. So I wanted to get a test bike to see if I want to invest, because they have a bike that's kind of like this bike called the Scorpion that I really wanted. So I got a lower budget one since I had all these bad experiences with all these other companies. I didn't want to make the same mistake of investing a lot of money and getting a lemon, essentially. And luckily I got this cheaper bike that was only about $1,300 because the range was about 10 to 20, not what they claim. The 52V versus the 48V makes a huge difference in power deliverance. So when I get that 20 miles per hour opposed to my EGO or equalizer, it felt good. But then it cut off because that's how it was just designed. I never had any issues with it, but it had terrible brakes. So they purposely made it so the brakes skid when you stop. So it made it like a very dangerous bike. So I would like randomly, like, say it was like a little bit snowy, it'll flip me over. It'll like slam me on my ribs, and that happened twice. So because of that, I started to hate these small tire bikes, and I told myself I'd never buy another small tire bike. But then I watched other reviews like the review I'm doing right now, and they told me how good these handle. And I was skeptical at first, but then riding it myself, it was valid, yeah. So these, I don't feel scared at all. Just e-bike, yeah, I was always scared riding, especially in like winter weather. This, no problem. If it was winter, I have no problem riding this, and I feel very comfortable. But yeah, like there was no major issues with the e-bike. It's just, it wasn't safe. When I ride an e-bike, I want to feel safe. I want to know that I can make the distance, and this bike covers all of that. And then one of their claims is range anxiety. So at first, the claims was like 70 to, I believe it's 150 miles. I didn't believe it, but now riding this bike, I don't have range anxiety. I've had range anxiety on every single bike I've ever had, besides this one. Because most bike companies, they inflate the numbers up a lot. So you think that you're going to be getting like 50 miles plus. In reality, driving like, let's say 30 miles or 20 miles, you might get like 20, 30 miles. This one, pedaling at pedal 1, 2, or 3, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get those 30 miles easily just in the first bar. Most of them you get it within like 8 or 12, and then it drops dramatically. Like it might be every 2 miles after that you lose a bar. And that's been my experience. So the main reason why I bought this bike over every other company, I did a lot of investigating and research to figure out what company I wanted to buy a bike from. So I had such bad experience with every single company I ever bought. Oh, maybe talk about Border Motors as well. So I had these scooters, they came defective. Every scooter I've ever bought from them, the bolts come out, the shock broke on that one, broke on the back, the brakes stopped working. That one came where this thing was missing in the front, so it was just super unsafe, so the insurance had to cover that one and get me this one. But this one was also messed up because it was stuck in the stem, so I had to like rip it out and like shred this part. And I had 2 more other scooters that I had them. I sold all these other bikes besides my Monday motor, only because I like the acceleration of that one. I just gotta fix it up again because it looks like poo-poo right now because all the issues I have with it. So I had to like ghetto rig everything to work. Like I had to plug in the power bank just to turn the bike on. Alright, so but back to the reason why I bought this was mainly the reviews. So every customer that reviewed this bike talked about how good the customer service was, and only the very minor issues I had the same experience. Like customer service is great. I honestly don't think I'll buy it from another bike company that's not Roar's Road. The only company that I'm going to buy from that's not this one is GOAT. I'm going to buy one of their bikes, their top line bike. I think it's like $5,500. But then after that, all my bikes are going to be from this company. Because I trust them, and I know their bikes are good quality. That's the main thing. I hate buying bikes and wasting like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 like with these other bikes for just to, you know, break on me in under a year. And with this one, I know I'm not going to have that issue. But yeah, that's pretty much all of it. And here, we can take a better look at it. So you see right here is the setup. This is the power button. You can either put in a password or you can use a key fob that they give you. And the brakes are really good, very reactive, feels very smooth. They have a headlight which has 2 settings, regular and super bright. These are those fat knobby tires I was talking about. You see they got some great shocks. You don't feel no bumps. This is where you put the battery. Mine's currently charging because it's cold in Nebraska, so I take it in. Comes right here. I also have a key, take it out, real simple. These are those nice pegs I was talking about, which I'm really happy about. And then the motor in the back is 1500 and this one's 750. Good quality turn signals. Nice sturdy chain. I bought my own what is this called, rear trunk, just because I'm doing this on payments, so I didn't want to spend all that money up front and make the payments on it. I'd recommend just getting their trunk because this one is good, And I mainly got this one because it was bigger. The one they offered at the time I think was 32L, and this one's like a 42L. So I like that capacity. And then you see I had to put this because this one bounced a little bit, because you know it wasn't custom made for this bike. Works, but it wasn't custom made for the bike. And yeah, like I said, there's nothing really negative about this bike. I enjoy it. My only issue with it is that I enjoy it too much. So after, like right now I'm about to go to the gym, and then when I get off of the gym, I don't try to ride the bike, but I always end up riding like 10 miles anyway, just because how comfortable it is. Oh, last thing that I have to mention is this seat. If you're pedaling like I do, it does start to hurt pretty quickly. I think if you're riding it like a regular person, like where you're just using it as an e-bike, it's not going to be a problem. But if you're going to ride aggressive, I suggest getting some padded pants or some type of gel seat cover right here just to fit this section. That way you don't have any type of discomfort. But yeah, it's a great bike. This is the only bike I'm ever going to recommend anyone to buy, and from this company. And like I said, mainly because of customer service. Customer service, and it feels good. I know I didn't waste my money. $3,000, realistically, I would have spent about $3,500, $3,800 for a bike of this quality. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, just ask me, and if I can answer, I will answer.